I asked Ankalaev this when he was in here, if he felt like you could be the biggest star in the promotion right now, considering, a lot of people, it was like you, Sean O'Malley, Israel Adesanya, but they're coming off losses. And some people say you're the face of this organization. We saw you in Australia and fans come up to you doing your walk. You were handing out money and watches, walking around the street, doing seminars all over the world. Do you feel like you're the most popular and maybe the face of this promotion? Or is that something you just don't think about?
Bom, eu acho que sim, né? Sou um lutador bem ativo, né? Ano passado foi um ano de grande sucesso, né? Então acho que meu nome está sendo mais falado, eu estou aparecendo mais, com bons resultados, então acredito que sim.
I believe so. I had a busy year last year with great success. You know what I mean? So I just keep doing this work, but I believe so.
You've been chasing for a long, long time. Maybe that length was caused, in fact, by Alex Pereira. But now that it's finally here, how excited are you to finally fight for the title once again?
Ощущение словами не описать. Мы так долго ждали этого боя, которого я заслуживал так долго. Около года я преследую за этим поясом. Но сейчас дали мне возможность биться за пояс. Я мотивирован. Этот бой будет совсем другим, необычным.
Can't even explain what I'm feeling right now. There's been a really long time that we've been hunting this belt. We've been waiting for this opportunity. Over a year, I think we've been asking for it. And now we're finally here. Now we have this opportunity. I'm 100% motivated, and this is going to be a very different fight.
We was in here and he had a few things to say about, that bet that you put out there. He said, I can't do it, but I'd talk to you after. Maybe we could do a charity thing. He responded to the lunch boxes you said you saw, and you said he did have to break fast a few times in preparation. So I guess, what have you made of the build with Ankalaev? Because I feel like it's been happening for a long time, and these last few weeks I feel like it's gotten a little heated, especially online.
Bom, nunca falei de religião, nem quero comentar de religião. Ele que citou religião, mas se ele não pode fazer uma aposta, que na verdade não é nenhuma aposta. Diferente de eu colocar o dinheiro no bolso ou ele colocar o dinheiro no bolso. A gente está falando algo para ajudar outras pessoas. Então ele coloca a religião no meio, né? Mas para falar o que ele falou na rede social para todo mundo ver, né? Falando do alcoolismo, no meu caso ali, da onde eu saí, né? E graças a Deus eu me libertei, né? Campeão da vida, eu diria. E muitas pessoas passando por esse problema, né? A pessoa diretamente, e não só a pessoa, mas as famílias sofrendo e a pessoa fazer brincadeira. Então eu não entendo quando ele fala de religião, o que pode e o que não pode. Não estou aqui para falar de religião, respeito todas as religiões, fique bem claro.
Well, first of all, I'm not here to talk about religion. Whatever religion I respect, I have a lot of respect for that. But he came and said that about he couldn't take the bet, but was not even a bet about money for me to go and put money in my pocket. Was for us to do a good cause and donate for charity. And then he goes and talk about alcoholism. You know what I mean? I'm a champion in life. I overcame alcoholism, but there's a lot of people that did in the end. Their family struggle with it, not only the person. And so he used religion for a certain purpose, but I'm not here to talk about nobody's religion. I respect them all.
Up until now, I think any of the comments made between you two have sort of been a little bit disrespectful, but with no real ill intent. And then over the last couple of days, Alex Pereira has taken offense at words you said about alcohol use, and he suggested that maybe you're using Ramadan as an excuse. Do those comments maybe put this fight in a different ray of light for you?
Мы никакую личность не перешли, мы просто сказали, что тебе нужно тренироваться, у тебя предстоит бой, он где-то на турнирах веселился, мы просто ему сделали такое. Наоборот, это для него, он должен был бы воспринять так, как поддержку, что мы переживаем за него. Но это его решение, так что это ему не на пользу.
Yeah, we weren't trying to make it personal or anything. We were just saying maybe we were worried about him, that he's kind of all over the place, all of these different UFC events and stuff like that. Maybe he should have taken it as us being worried about, him spending time doing something rather than being prepared for the fight. But whichever way he took it, it's up to him. It's not going to help and will make it worse.
Do you think, I know it's a sore subject between the both of you, but do you think just in the interest of the fans that maybe they're more interested or intrigued in this fight specifically than any of your other fights because of the build-up and because of the skill set and the style that he brings in, it's something that maybe we haven't seen you face before?
Bom, eu acho que é empolgante para todo mundo. Se eu estivesse no lugar de todo mundo, dos fãs, eu iria gostar dessa luta, porque teoricamente um strike e um grappling. Então eu acho que, eu gostaria de ver muito essa luta e eu vou gostar muito de fazer essa luta.
Well, absolutely. If I was in the fan position, that I could watch this fight, because basically, theoretically, is a striker and a grappler. So if I was a fan, I would actually want to watch that fight. It has a fight. I want to fight the fight.
And of course, obviously, there's been a lot of discussions about your strategy for this weekend. So can you just put us out of your misery? Are we striking or wrestling against Alex?
Мы выйдем в стойки, а дальше уже посмотрим.
We'll come out there in the stand-up, and then we'll see what happens.
Magomed, right here. A lot of people view Alex as maybe the biggest star the UFC has right now because he's active and he wins so exciting. And especially with Israel losing and Sean O'Malley losing, they might have lost some star power, but Alex is kind of viewed as like maybe the face of the promotion right now. I'm curious, have you felt that from his fans? Because they seem very vocal too, especially during fight week.
Ну, на самом деле, на сегодняшний день можно сказать, что большая звезда UFC. Но я думаю, его время уже пришло к концу, и у UFC будут новые звезды и новые чемпионы.
Yeah, you could say that maybe he's the biggest star in the UFC at this moment, but I think that maybe his time is up at this point, and now UFC is going to have new faces and new stars coming up.
Part of you hoping he tries to take you down so you can showcase your skills on the ground?
Bom, eu tô esperando tudo, né? A gente tá falando de outro adversário completo, né? A gente já viu algumas coisas dele. Muitas pessoas falam do grappling, mas ele não mostra muito. Mas eu tô bem treinado. Muitas pessoas acham que eu comecei a treinar agora, mas desde quando eu entrei no UFC, eu venho me dedicando, não só na minha estreia no UFC, mas antes, quando eu cheguei em Connecticut para treinar junto com o Glover. O meu foco foi esse, o MMA, e fazer algo onde eu tenho deficiência. Então eu melhorei muito e eu tô muito preparado e pronto para mostrar o meu jogo.
Well, when we talk about him as a complete fighter, not only a wrestler, he has skills everywhere, but I'm prepared too. Like, I've been training wrestling and grappling since before I joined the UFC. When I first came to Connecticut to Glover Teixeira, I came there to be an MMA fighter, and I'm ready for this.
You know, Alex, he's been tweeting a lot in the lead up to this fight, and there's some people who say it's not actually him tweeting, it's someone else tweeting for him. But in your mind, if you allow those statements to go out on your Twitter account, is it the same as saying them yourself?
Bom, eu, sinceramente, unicamente mexo nas minhas redes sociais, então eu sou responsável por tudo. E se eu deixo alguém tomando conta ou uma empresa, eu vou ser responsável por isso. Esse é meu nome.
Well, me, myself, I'm responsible for all my social medias, but if I let somebody do, I'm responsible for it. It's my name.
So when he tweets things like, I never want to hurt someone in my life as much as I want to hurt you, you have to take that as a personal insult from him, right? Because even if it's him or not, he's still allowing someone representing him to say that.
Não, com certeza, né? Para mim é ele que tá falando. Não importa quem seja, mas para mim é ele que tá falando. Então ele vai ter que fazer bonito, porque se não fizer bonito, chama.
Well, absolutely, you know what I mean? Like, if it's him saying or not, I'm taking like if it's him. So he better do good on this, because I think if he do bad, chama.
Obviously, you felt that you had beaten Jan Blachowicz the first time you fought him for the undisputed title. Since that day, have you felt like the uncrowned champion, and maybe Alex and other people have been fighting for a belt that you felt you had won all the way back that time in December?
Ну, так и было, но получилось так, что мне пояс не дали. Как бывает, без короны король. Это не так. А сейчас мы будем биться за настоящий пояс. Есть чемпион, есть претендент, и мы сейчас определим, кто по-настоящему чемпион.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think I did deserve to win that title, but I wouldn't say that on Crown King or whatever. Right now, we have a champion, we have a contender. We're fighting for an actual belt that's there. So we're going to see who the real champion is.
outside of this fight, I wanted to talk to you about your career in general. Usually in mixed martial arts, when someone has a very successful run and then they lose, it's very rare, if at all, that they're ever able to go on a second run. You had an amazing run at middleweight, then you lost to Israel, but then you've since then had this amazing run. What do you attribute that to, your ability to survive a loss and find momentum again, which most people can't in this sport?
Bom, acho que isso é a minha dedicação, né? Onde eu tô sempre treinando e onde isso fortalece a minha mente. Tem muitas coisas também que aconteceram, né? Pô, todo mundo sabe que comecei já uma pessoa mais velha no esporte. No MMA também, sou muito novo comparado com os outros atletas. Então, numa perca ali, eu estava num processo de evolução. Então, acho que eu mantive a minha mente forte e quis continuar.
Well, like everybody know, I'm an older guy on the sport, but I was very young into my MMA career, so I was learning as I go. And I think it was just a matter of determination and knowing who you are. And I just kept going.
When Alex put that tweet out where he made the bet for the 200K to charity, did you just kind of roll your eyes at it, knowing that you can't make a bet like that, but you would be willing to do something maybe offline for a charity?
Ну, мы так четко и ясно выразили свою мысль в Твиттере. Как мусульмане мы не одобряем это ставки, и мы никогда не делаем ее. Если он хочет какое-то пожертвование сделать, у нас есть возможность, мы можем сделать это по-другому.
Yeah, we were really clear about it online. We said that, as Muslims, we cannot do bets, and that's not something that we support or that we look to do. However, we are happy to, if he wants to do something, any kind of charity or anything that he wants to do, we have the means to do it, and we're happy to partake in that.
Right here. When Magomed was in here earlier, I just want to kind of go back to the tweets he was putting out earlier. He said it wasn't directed so much as an insult as it was, he was saying like, hey, I want to know if this guy's actually prepared, when he's out and he's at these different events. DC was also a little bit critical of you. He said, has this guy really been training? And you kind of poked fun at DC on your story saying, hey, DC, we're out here working. So do you have a message to anybody that would be critical of you going to these different places when you have a fight coming up?
Bom, eu não vou nem falar nada aqui, porque senão se for falar tudo que eu gostaria de falar aqui, talvez as pessoas me olhem diferente. Uma coisa, falou, o Alex tá mudando, não era assim. É óbvio, vou te dar um exemplo. Se tem uma pessoa que só tá te falando algo, te colocando para baixo, você tem um autocontrole e você tá ali, você não vai brigar com a pessoa. Então você escuta isso a sua vida inteira e depois essa pessoa vai lá e te bate. E aí você bate nela, você se defendendo. Quer dizer que eu mudei porque eu bati nela?
Well, honestly, I'm not even gonna say everything that is on my mind about this because I think people start look at me in a different way. But because the way that I feel is like I have my right to defend myself, but if I say it's gonna be too much, like all life somebody beats you up and then you just go and beats back, you know what I mean? You're the wrong one.
He made a similar bet with Khalil Roundtree about no one shoot for a takedown. Let's make first one to shoot for a takedown has to donate to a charity or something like that. Why do you think he's making these bets? Is it just kind of to play mind games, or what do you think that it's all about?
Ну, я не знаю, какая война, но на меня не действуют никакие войны, которые он делает в интернете или какие-то разговоры. А ему предстоит биться со мной. А если он, повторюсь еще раз, если он хочет какое-то пожертвование сделать, мы можем это сделать по-другому. Так и передайте ему.
I don't know if it's mental warfare, whatever this warfare is, it doesn't work for me, so I have a fight against him. I don't care what he writes online or what he says online, what he tweets. I don't care about that. Again, I will repeat that. If he wants to do some sort of a charity donation, I'm willing and happy to do it. Tell him that.